Hey, Days of Judah here. How are you? I wanted to pop on like I always do. I feel, I don't want to say like I feel like I leveled up, but like secretly I kind of feel like I leveled up because we got back from a big trip. We went on a trip that was traveling by plane and like 12 hours one way, like 15 hours another way with two toddlers, and it went well. So that feels amazing because, like I was telling people that I was traveling, and everybody's like chuckling and laughing because they're like, oh, you're going to go through it. Um, but I talked to friends that have traveled with small children over long periods of time. I did a lot of research online, um, you know, blogs of other mothers and things like that. And I found my game plan, and lo and behold, it worked. So I'm not going to tell you exactly everything that I used because I think it's one of these things that ends up being specific to your family and your children. So, but I'll give you my rough framework and if I had anything that were favorites. So basically, what we did was, like I said, we were traveling by plane. So the amount of things that we could carry was limited. So we couldn't have like bucket loads of stuff for the kids. But the idea was to bring toys and activities and things like that that would keep them engaged and to sort of feed that to them as they got tired of something or as they got bored or needed a distraction. um, and we wanted to try to stay away from screens as much as we could, not that we're opposed to it, but just like I grew up where, like going on road trips with my parents and looking out the window, or like taking the world in, being present. And I kind of we wanted to have the same gift for our children where that they could be present. Even if you're crabby, even if you're cranky, you're tired, whatever that is, it's still being present. So, what I did was, what a way to break up the video. Um, Again, here we go. Say prayers for me, because I'm work in progress. Um, I found these bags on Amazon, and they came in all different sizes. And they're these little. They're not Ziploc, but they're heavier, dutier than that. Heavy. They're more heavy duty. Whatever. I'm tired. But anyway, they're heavy duty bags. They're clear, so you can see through them. You can see what's in them. And as you can see, I had a lot in them. So this is one, and I have the other one here. This is two. So I put both of these in a carry-on. And these are just everything that I've seen that my children have shown interest in, or I thought that they might have interest in. So I put things in there. Oh, and see, different sizes. So I put ones in there that were smaller if I needed to just contain smaller things. Because the one thing is, I didn't want to be on a plane with limited space and be digging and can't like navigate stuff. So I made, bags and bags. And so we had things like, I said I was going to show everything, but some things. Like, I went to the dollar store like a couple months ahead of our trip and was just like picking up little things as I saw them and storing them away. And the big thing was I didn't have them out for the children to play with through the upcoming months coming up to our trip, but I had them stored away. Somebody just came in. I had them stored away so that they would be new when we got on the plane. My 3-year-old even got into them at some point, and I was like, "No, put those away. They're for the plane." And she'd never been on a plane, so like, she was like, "What?" But anyway, yeah. So things like this I got at the dollar store. It's small. Um, would keep a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. Okay, that was the other thing. We have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. So whatever I say is adjusted to our age group. You would have to adapt the idea to your own age group. But yeah, so we had things like this, and this was fun on the plane, and would last for a little while. And then when, you know, my daughter got tired of this, I would switch it out, and maybe I would try to switch it out for something that was the opposite. So like this is writing. So maybe like I got little things of Play-Doh, like little things of this. So let her play with some Play-Doh for a little while. It's a different sensory experience. I found this on Etsy. Here we go. This on Etsy. These are rather little finger puppets. My daughter is all about Old MacDonald right now. So these finger puppets were the truth for her. Put these, you don't need to see me put them on, but they're just so cute and they're so well made. So so we would sing Old MacDonald or whatever. So it was kind of a mix between things that like Etsy, like something like this that was like a handmade, maybe a little bit more, but I knew like we weren't going to throw it away. When we were done with it, we'd take it home and use it. Things from the dollar store, like a matching game cards thing that only costs, like it came in a set of 3. Things like these are little lace cards for them to put the string through. It's for their fine motor practice and things like that. And then just a ton of sticker books and coloring books. And since the pandemic started, the dollar store, or Dollar Tree in particular, has like really vamped up like lots of their little worksheet things, so like geared towards preschoolers, kindergartners, first graders, so like, are they practicing their writing or something? So things like those that are something to do, not just a free form, but something to do. I packed like a favorite book. We didn't pack too many books actually, because just in case we lost something. I went to Target and found like these little things here. These are just, they're basically fidget toys, and they just stretch them and squeeze them and all. My 1-year-old loved these. He bite them, and the 3-year-old was making shapes with them, practicing her shapes. All of this kind of stuff. And basically how we know that it worked was we did not lose our minds. Our children were not screaming at the top of their lungs, which they're very capable of doing. And then also at the end of flights, people that were sitting behind us or around us were like, "Oh my gosh, your kids were so well behaved. I forgot they were here," like, or so, like, so they were just engaged for hours. Like, when I tell you hours, I mean like 15 hours of traveling. So, well, we had more than one flight, so that helped. So, like, for instance, one flight was 5 hours, and then we'd have like a 2-hour delay, and then another 5 hours. So literally we'd go to the gate to board our plane, and we'd like do jumping jacks and stuff and get the wigglies out. And then we'd get on the plane, get settled, get our activities out, or if they were tired or needed to take a nap, we let them do that. Then when we get off, and we're in our layover, then once again run, get the wigglies out, eat, whatever, that kind of thing, and then get back on the next plane and start over. But it worked. It worked. So like I said, I'm not gonna really go through very much in terms of super specific things. I pointed out some things, but as you can see, I think this is something that is specific to your child. Oh, here's the thing I was telling you about. These are fun. The pop toys. But these are specific to your child, to their age. But I just want to share because I saw this I hunted around on blogs and social media and stuff like that. And moms were like, you can totally do this. You just have to plan. And it's true. It worked. We did not die. All we had to do was plan some activities, If stuff got used up on the plane, then I did a quick run to a store before we were coming back so that I knew we were replenished and had everything. Um, oh, yeah, and the other thing is we had another bag like this with snacks in it. Okay, so we had 2 bags of activities, 1 bag of snacks, and we survived 15 hours of travel one way and then 12 hours of travel another way. So we were really excited to know that we could do this, that we can be travel people. Yeah, and it opens up a whole new world for us. And that means that's the end of the video if you hear that little one. So I'm Days of Judah. This is how we traveled with our little ones. If you have thoughts about, what you think would work or what you've done, I would love to know, would love to hear, because, the more we share, the more we learn, the better we are together. So have a great night and be well.